Redrick here, the mom strategist. I'm super excited about this scope today. I'm going to be teaching today why you are stuck. I'm going to be breaking down 8 simple reasons why you might be stuck. You might be feeling stuck. You might struggle with moving forward. You might be dealing with overwhelm. You might be feeling anxious. You might be feeling guilty about moving ahead with your dreams, your plans, your goal, your life. In your life or in business. You're going to love this scope. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist. I support clients with life and business success. You can always check me out at miaredrick.com, at miaredrick.com. Hi, Dr. G. Good to see you. All right. Today I'm going to be teaching on why you might be stuck. All right. And I'm going to break this down very simply. There are 8 talking points that I have for you today, and it is going to be a tough scope, but my goal is really to support you with making that shift or that pivot, or maybe you might hear something that makes you look at life just a little bit differently, and as a result of that, you do something different. You do something different tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for sharing. If you haven't shared already, please do so on Twitter, on Periscope, on Facebook. Hey, Latasha, and because I know that there are lots of people out there who are stuck, who are dealing with one of these 8 things that I'm going to talk about today. And my only goal is really to support you with, really having the most amazing year ever, right? Thank you guys so much for sharing. I'm Mia Redrick. I'm the mom strategist for those of you who are watching the replay. And yes, you can still share and heart it up if you're watching the replay. So don't forget about that, all right? I'm going to get started and just simply introduce myself. I'm Mia Redrick. It's nice to virtually meet you. And when I got started in my business over 13 years ago, I had this thought that I could go to work as myself. And I just wanted to combine my background as a corporate trainer and my love of motherhood into a business. And I had no idea how I might be able to do that. And I started looking for help. I went to my small business resource center in my town, and I was told that what I've been doing for the last 8 years, hey there, darling, that no one would ever pay me to coach moms. I'm so glad that I didn't listen. I ended up looking for someone that could support me. I bumped into a coach. I had never thought about working with a life coach or a business coach for myself before, and her model really changed my life. Terry's model of being a full-time entrepreneur, she was a laptop entrepreneur. She could take her laptop and build a business anywhere in the world. And I was so sold about that. And that's why I always tell you guys about it, because that model changed my life. I decided for myself that I wanted to build a solid business from the comfort of my home. And I've been able to do that. I've been a full-time entrepreneur alongside my husband. We have a commercial laundry and we do real estate, and I run a coaching practice. And we both have been home, full-time entrepreneurs for over 2 decades. And I'm really proud about that, because I know that when you're creating a successful business, it's not just about today. It's not just about the launch tomorrow. It's not just about the money you're going to make this week. It's really about building a solid foundation for sustainable success that you benefit from, your family benefits from, and it allows you to really be able to make a difference in your world, however you choose. Maybe it's by giving to charities that you care about, or maybe, like in my case, it was being able to be there for my husband when he developed kidney disease. I didn't have to be anywhere else. I could be right there with him because I own my time. I'm my boss. And I know that some of you guys, that's why you want to be an entrepreneur or maybe you're an entrepreneur and you just want to find a way to get free. It's what I love about being an entrepreneur. Or maybe you're that mom or dad out there that want to give your kids a world-class education. Hands raised here. My husband and I have invested over $715,000 educating our kids. And, that might not be your thing, or it might be your thing. And being an entrepreneur is a terrific way to be able to fund your kids' education or to go on vacation and spend quality time together. And I have to say, it takes time and it takes money to be able to spend time traveling the world together. And I enjoy being able to spend time with my family, quality time with my family. All right. So that's the ABCs of me. In short, I've coached hundreds of clients personally and supporting them with understanding that they are product, that you can take your intellect, your education, your JD, your PhD, your MD, package that in a product that you can sell. Yes, you can. You can take your soft skills, motherhood, that's what I did, and package that into products that you can sell with one-to-many models, meaning you don't have to just make money based on your ability to perform. You can show up one time and support thousands of people or hundreds of people or 10 people at a time. And if you don't know anything about time-rich models, then hang in there and follow my scopes, because that's what I love to teach my clients how to do. Over 113 of my clients are authors, and more than half of them are #1 Amazon bestsellers. That's the ABCs of me. I hope you guys are ready for this scope today. And today I'm going to be teaching on, why you are stuck, why you might be stuck. And, I think it's an important topic. Every week in coaching, somebody sends me an email every single week. Since I've been coaching, since I can remember, I get an email that somebody says that they're stuck in some way. And sometimes it's stuck because maybe they don't have an answer that they need, or they're stuck because of how they're feeling about themselves, or sometimes it's something bigger than that. Or even on the intake process, whenever I do consultations with potential clients, I'll listen to them and I'll ask them, what's in the way? Why are they stuck? And they all have reasons why they're stuck. And I wanted to break down 8 reasons why you might be stuck that maybe you didn't think about, and this might really support you. I will tell you that, it is a little tough, but it's true. And I think you'll find yourself in some of these things, maybe not all of them, but maybe some of these things. And hopefully it'll help you unravel what's been going on. All right. The first reason that you might be stuck is that maybe you're not a teachable or coachable person. Maybe you're not a teachable or coachable person. And what that looks like as it relates to me. I'm a coach. I work with lots of people, and I have the great perspective to work with a lot of people. Some people will coach with me and they get tons of great value. They get all of their questions answered, probably the vast majority of their questions answered. They run the play, they create the results, they get their life in order, in the ways they get what they came for, they get what they invested. And then you have people who come and they do the exact same thing, but they don't quite realize the same success. And one of the things that I've learned about that is why you might be stuck is that maybe you're not teachable or coachable. And what it looks like is you may be that person that's a yeah, but person. You know what I mean? That yeah, but person, like you're willing to do these things, but you're not willing to do some of the other things. And I've seen that over and over again. And it might look like because of fear, because of insecurity, because of discomfort. Because if you're going to be working with a coach, likely they're going to have you do things, make requests. They're going to have you doing things that are out of your own comfort zone. And you've got to understand that sometimes the reason that you're stuck is because you're a yeah, but person to protect yourself from discomfort, to keep yourself from feeling or experiencing failure. Or maybe it's sometimes because you don't understand why the person is asking you to do whatever it is that they're asking you to do, which is for your growth and your support. So you're a yeah, but person. You'll do it, but you might question why you have to do it. Or you might be a yeah, but person, like, you're challenging what needs to happen. All right. Or it can also look like if you're stuck, it can also look like that you struggle learning from people. And you might be one of those people that resent successful people. All right. So I'm going to tell you what that looks like. And I've seen this over and over again. I've been very fortunate in my own client base not to have that in any abundance, but I've seen what it looks like. And you might be stuck because maybe you're that person that you really want success for yourself, but whether your picture of success is, life success or business success or some combination of it. And then whenever you're around people that represent that might be your peers, your networking partners, it might be your coaches, your teachers, your trainers, it might be people at work. You resent being around people who are doing a tad bit better than you. And because of that level of insecurity, you find that it's very difficult for you to be teachable and coachable from those other people because you're resenting their success. And I always want to call that out for you. One of the things that I learned years ago when I was working with my coach, I was like, look, this woman is making millions of dollars coaching clients, and I'm making no dollars coaching clients. I'm going to just zip my lips and listen, okay? Because I knew that what she was saying to me was for my good. And I knew that her goal was my success. her goal was for me to be successful. And as a result of that, I had no struggles around seeing her elevate and watching her travel, build a business in all these other countries. And, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like if I did like 1/8 of this, I'd be totally happy. But I will tell you that sometimes people who are looking to achieve success, sometimes they struggle being around successful people. And it just is, they resent it, or they feel insecure around people who, let's say, have more, know more. And that might be a reason that you're feeling uncomfortable around elevated environments. I just want to break it down because today I'm teaching on, why you might be stuck. And sometimes this is what it is. All right. The other thing that under not being teachable, coachable is that whatever success you have, whatever you feel guilty about, whatever success you have. So you feel like you're the person that's got to keep it real. Okay. You know what I'm talking about? Like, so let's say that you're one of those people, you're really struggling for yourself with success, creating it, being around people who have it. And it might be that, let's say you were a person that you might have been the first generation in your family to go to college. And maybe you ended up going to some really great fancy school and, and you had the opportunity to, get a world-class education, just making this up. Okay. So as a result of that, you kind of always felt bad for like maybe people who didn't have the same chances or same opportunity as you. So whenever you're with people, you try to keep it real. All right. And so as a result of that, that's getting in your way. It's making you stuck because in some way you feel guilty for the success that you've had an opportunity to experience. And so you're not interested in hanging around people who maybe are elevated folk because you feel like you owe, you owe other folks, you got to keep it real for people. But I just want to break that down. While some of you might be stuck, I just want to call things out as they are. I know that all of these scenarios may not be your scenario, but some of them I'm sure you have seen. And if this is you, I just want you to be able to recognize it. Number two, the second reason why you might be stuck is that, maybe your attitude stinks. Like maybe you've got a bad attitude. And, I wrote this down and I wrote the way you filter what is said and how it's said and the meaning of things is thwarted. So, you might be stuck. The hearts went away, right? But you might be stuck because of the way you process the way things are said, how they are said, and the meaning by which you hear things is thwarted. So, what it can look like is that, you hear what your insecurities are, right? And the fact of the matter is like maybe somebody didn't say what you thought they said to you, but as a result of you, feeling the way that you do, processing language the way that you do, it's keeping you stuck because like maybe you need to work on your mindset. Okay. Okay. And I wrote things that keeping you stuck because you're hung up because of how you are interpreting what is happening. So it's your interpretation of what's really happening. Like, you might say, well, they gave this to this person first and not to me. And the fact of the matter is, as a result of how you filter what's going on in your world, it's keeping you stuck. And one of the things that I'm going to recommend for you, if you find that you constantly come back with low vibration answers, or you find that you're that person that's always got to, write something to say something that, is difficult, or maybe, right, people filter, their filter is based on their reality. Absolutely. Right. And it's really understanding that it's you, and you got to do that inner work. If you feel like maybe you're in the grocery store and you're fighting with those people, or maybe you're that person that, you've got to send something out in the email, you got to have the last word, or maybe you've got to one up someone, or maybe you've got to let somebody know. This is what is keeping you stuck. And I just want to break this down for you. It is literally because of your mindset and the way that you're filtering what is happening, what is being said to you. It is getting in the way of your progress. And if you've never thought about it before, hopefully some of the scenarios that I'm giving you right now, I don't know you, right? And so I don't know you, but if you're feeling this, if you're hearing what I'm saying right now, you're like, I kind of did that yesterday, then, now's an opportunity for you to begin to investigate. Why are you thinking things this way? And you need to do some inner work in terms of being able to change how you see the world. Number 3, see, your world changes. Once you start changing your world, your inner world, your outer world changes. What you see changes. Number 3, today what I'm teaching on, Jason, is the reason why you might be stuck. Now, the first reason that I covered is that, you're not teachable, you're not coachable. You might be one of those yeah, but people, or you struggle being around people who are successful, or maybe you're a successful person and you're dealing with success guilt. And as a result of that, you're struggling hanging around people that represent some level of elevation, and you can't be teachable, coachable. Number 2, I said your attitude stinks. The way you see things, the way you interpret what is being said, the way that you communicate to other people is likely not filtered properly. And as a result of it, it's keeping you, it's holding you back. It's getting in the way of your progress because you can't elevate if your definition of what's happening is wrong. If the meaning that you're assigning to your experiences is thwarted, so are your actions that go along with that. Number 3, number 3 is so good, right? Is that, okay, oh my goodness. All right, so you invest, all right? This is for those of you who maybe are investors in coaching or training, consulting, things like that to make your life better. But you invest, but you won't implement because you can't overcome you. So you might be one of those people that you become petty. You make other people wrong. You say your situation is to blame, like not enough light, not enough quiet. You know what I'm saying? Or you might even blame your family. Okay. And the fact of the matter is you got to understand, right? You're one of those people that invest, but you won't implement because you haven't yet overcome you. And when you haven't overcome you, then sometimes instead of facing you, right, instead of facing your stuff, owning your stuff and saying, this is me, this is the thing I need to change, right? It's like me going to the gym, all right, 15 minutes late every day. I got to overcome me, all right? Like if that's what I'm doing, I got to overcome me, all right? I can't say, I'm all in. You know what I mean? I'm showing up late. Give me a break, all right? I'm not all in. If I was in, I'd show up 5 minutes early. I'd show up 10 minutes early, 15 minutes early, get my warm up in, right? So the thing is that you've got to understand that about yourself and not blame make other people wrong. It's their fault. You know what I mean? They didn't do this. They did that. I didn't get this. I didn't get that. You know what I'm talking about? It's the reason why people are stuck. Or maybe it's the situation. The room was too cold. Things were too hot. They wanted to do it too early or too late. And because of how you filter things like that, it is why you're stuck. Or maybe it's your family. If my husband was more supportive, if my wife supported me more, if we had more money, all of the things that go into that. Because what you got to understand, and I say this honestly, having coached so many people, is that while you're out there making excuses, people are dealing with a lot less than what you have. They're making it happen. And the reason they're making it happen is because they value their investments, because they're willing to do the work, because they've committed to the heavy lift. And if you haven't committed to the heavy lift in your life, it is why you are doing this. It's why you're stuck. All right. Or you don't invest, or you don't invest. You don't invest. So the other one was for the investor, and this is for the person that does not invest. So you spend your dollars trying to do it wrong over and over again. So you're that person that, you know what I mean? You are trying to save $1, but you spend $1,000 trying to save $1 over and over again. And for some reason, you haven't gotten this lesson that It's about investing in the solution in order for you to get the results that you want. And if you don't know that, I just want to break that down for you. The reason that you're stuck, the reason that you are in the exact same place, your programs aren't selling, you don't have prices for your program, you don't know what to do next, is because you are trying to teach yourself, coach yourself, because you will not write a check to invest in your dream. And you need to come to terms with that. I don't know what that's about, but what I'm telling you is that look at your fruit, look at your results. There's no reason for you not to have a blueprint in today's time. There's no reason for you not to know what your next steps are. There's no reason for you not to have a product. There's no reason for you not to have prices for your product. There's no reason for you not to have packages. There's no reason for you not to know, not to have time-rich models, all right? The fact of the matter is the reason you do not know is because you don't invest in knowing. And I just want to be 100% with you about it. It is the reason why you are stuck, all right? And one of the things that I hear over and over and over again in working with moms, thank you so much, Jason. You're great. You're a great client. I just love working with you. Total implementer, by the way, you guys. And Jason is a health coach for those of you who need health coaching support this year. He's a bomb. He's got awesome programs. Jason, you should throw up some emojis so they can find you. All right. So, the thing is, I just want to break that down. So sometimes people are like, I'm stuck. I don't know where, and then I say, what have you invested in? How serious have you been about wanting to know how to do this, about wanting to know how to monetize this? See, because when we're serious about something, you're willing to put dollars. That's right. You want to put dollars where your mouth is, right? Thank you. Yes, Jason has a course tonight. Jason, put the information there, the link, so that they can find you. All right. You guys can sign up for the course. Okay. So you don't have, if you're not investing dollars and you're saying you want a return, you don't want a return. You want to talk this time next year about how you did everything you could in your power and you didn't. Okay, let's be clear. And I want to say it to you because maybe your partner wants to say it to you. Your husband's probably been wanting to say this to you. Or maybe your wife's been wanting to say this to you. All right? Like, what are you doing here? And you keep doing the same thing over and over again. And you're costing your family time, energy, money. And their faith in you because you won't take the shortcut by simply investing in yourself. I just want to break that down. Today, what I'm teaching on is why you might be stuck. And I just want to call out a couple of things so that if it's you, you can see it in my delivery here. All right, number 4. Is this supporting you guys? Number 4, okay. Oh my goodness, this is so tough. Okay. Number 4 is that you've been playing, thinking, and acting small for so long that bigness makes you so uncomfortable. It feels fake, right? So I'm going to say that again. Like, you've been playing, thinking, acting small for so long, okay, that bigness makes you uncomfortable. It makes you feel fake. You know what I mean? So, you struggle with finding the right accountability for yourself, the right community for yourself, talking at a high level about ideas because, bigness, really, you struggling with bigness because you've been playing small so long. And what you got to understand is that, you've got to immerse yourself in a community of greatness. You got to immerse yourself in, hanging out with people who I call giants. Giants are people who talk about big things, right? Giants are people who take big leaps. Giants are people who make big noise with their steps. And some people are stuck because they've been playing small so long that when you get around giants, you feel smaller instead of understanding that the mere fact that you've changed your association, you're already bigger than you were. You're already taller. And the whole idea is to get around people who are in a position to elevate how you think. Sometimes the way you start in a community like that, hey Carla, or sometimes the way you start and work with people like that is you have to be understand that comfort in an environment that allows you to stretch and grow is better than being around the same old small over and over. You've been like stuck and what you can do about it, all right? This is good stuff. Good time. All right. Is live for the opinion of others and you struggle with trust. All right. You are you are you know and it's good for it. And it's really because you've been judging your mistakes. Other people have judged your mistakes for so long that you experience failure as like, like you believe that failure is the end all be all, when in reality the fact of the matter is success is built on failure. So the reason that you might be stuck, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right, can you guys hear me? Somebody let me know. Okay, yes or no? Can you hear me? Yes or no? Let me know. Okay. All right. So you live for the opinions. Okay, you can't. Okay. You live for the opinions of others, right? You live, right, for the opinions of others, and you struggle with trusting yourself. You haven't been around enough. Okay. You haven't been around enough people who are like you. Thank you so much. All right. So just do is that you live for the opinions of others, and you struggle with trusting yourself. As a result of that, really means that you believe that failure is the end all be all. So if you totally own that, I will tell you it is a good thing. And one of the reasons that you might be stuck is because you are what other people think versus what you think and what you know about who you are. All right, and you all right. And number six is that, oh my goodness, number six is so good. All right, that is you take people who are not in a position to advise you. Come on, and you do it maybe to a habit. So your team, your A team, your team are people who are not in a position, never in the begin with. So you're taking advice from people who are not in a position to tell you what to do in marriage, and you're taking advice from people who are in marriages. What are you doing? Why are you asking people to begin with? It really kind of ties with number five. It's that you live for the opinions of others and you're trusting yourself. And I will tell you that if you ever want to get unstuck, you really have to and say, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm just going to go for it. It feels right. All right. And you begin to build internal guidance for yourself to begin to trust yourself over and over again. Number six, understanding that taking advice from people who are in a position to advise you, it's just like key, right? It's like discernment. All right? A lot of people lack discernment, trusting themselves. They are so concerned about listening to every single person, giving every person a voice. You can have a time where you listen to what people say, but you should be actively pursuing and getting advice from people who that's not their reality. It's like asking someone to support you to write a book that's never written a book. It's like, are you kidding? Will you help me become an Amazon bestseller? Yeah, I can. I'll pay me some money to do that. And they're not a bestseller. They haven't written a book. Are you kidding me? Like, come on, all right? So they should never be in that seat of advisement for you. Your A team deserves to be the best team. And when you feel great about who you are, you will be unapologetic about making sure that advisors are in a position to advise you. They have the best interest at heart. And number seven is that the reason why you might be stuck is because maybe your ego is fragile. That's why you struggle with correction. So that your self-esteem is low, right? So you struggle. People are maybe trying to support you, all right? Maybe with some great insight. You see it as someone saying that you're not good enough. One of the things I value tremendously are people don't have to search my life to make it better. Tell you what stocks to invest in. Nobody has to tell you what real estate markets are hot. Nobody has to tell you, how to make your life better, your marriage better, your better, how to generate more. Nobody has to do that. All right. And I have learned that them telling me things that I don't know doesn't mean that I'm nothing. In fact, it means opposite. It means that someone cared enough about me to sow into my life. And some of you guys are stuck because you have a twisted message around people wanting to really support you, sow into you, and elevate you. And it's because you just haven't had a practice of having people love you that way. And that might be why you're stuck. And I hope that this message is supporting you guys. All right. And then number 8. And the last reason is that you forgot that life is abundant, and that there are so many opportunities. And one of the reasons that you might be stuck is because you like looking to the right and you look to the left, and it looks to you like every single person in the world is achieving success and greatness and profitability, and their marriage is great, or they have great relationships, they're moving professionally along, and you feel behind. And you forgot there's some for you too. All right? That's just really, really important for those of you who don't get that. You forgot that life is about taking you know, the reason you don't you are looking at what you are getting, receiving, and as a result, sometimes you have it. But I just show the clients life makes sense. Redrick.com.